Well guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been, wow, what, two and a half, 3 months since I've posted anything, and my last video was the Charlottesville video. So if you check that out, thank you. As you've seen, I have been posting some shorts of the new bike. So yeah, it is finally new bike day. So if you're new to the channel, I used to be on a 2017 GT Sensor Carbon that I built from the frame up with the help of my good friend Jeremy, and he's coming into play with this one as well. He bought while waiting on a warranty frame, damn near new, and I got a really good deal on it for a couple upgrades on it. So I figured it's new bike day. This is going to be the new bike for the rest of this year into next year and whatever. And I'm really excited about this bike. It's already performed way over my expectations from what I thought. Going from a 2017 to a 2021, yeah, really big difference. So this is a 2021 Specialized Status 140. It does have 140 millimeter travel in the rear. It is a mullet setup. So this is a 29-inch front with a 27.5 in the back. So definitely a little different than most bikes. It actually comes from the factory this way as a mullet setup. So you get the really big wheel up front for traction, going over rocks and stuff like that. But you also have the playfulness, your speed out back as well for rolling. As far as the riding as I've had on it, it's been great downhill. The best way I could put it is it's a full suspension big dirt jumper, and that's honestly the best way I can put it. It's just a fun, playful bike. I was a little worried with how slack it is. It's a 63.5 degree head angle, which my GT was a 68.3 or something. So going from almost an XC type head angle to this very slack enduro type angle was a little weary to me about the climbing, because I ride Doubtfit, as you guys see, and that climbing is a lot. I mean, I'm climbing between 700 to 1500 feet of elevation sometimes. So I was worried about the climbing, and that's out the window. It's crazy how well it climbs for being the geometry that it has. So again, I wanted to do a bike check, let you guys know what's on the bike as of right now and what I'm going to be changing. There will be some part installs and stuff like that coming up, so definitely stay tuned. I'm very excited to start getting a few minor touches, just some personal things that I want. New oval, new stem, new pedals. I'm ready to try something different, but we'll get there eventually. So yeah, let's just go over some of the parts here real quick. So you can't see me much, but I'm just going to go over the front to the back. So like I said, we have a 29-inch front wheel. This is just a basic Marin wheel that my buddy switched out because he changed the fork. It used to have a Fox 36 Rhythm, I believe, on it, but just to lower the weight on it and everything else, this bike has been a really good upgrade. It's light, it is super subtle, it handles chunk, and it's a RockShox, so it's super easy to work on and service at home, which I'm all about. Love the serviceability and stuff like that. We're running the Code R SRAM brakes. Yeah, different for me, I know. Again, if you're new, I used to run the Magura brakes, and I really like those. And these really pushed my expectations on the SRAM brakes, considering I had a really bad start with them building the GT anyway, but very excited about those. I am running the Raceface 6.6 carbon bar. So carbon bars are new to me, as well as the 35 millimeter width as well. So I'm really excited about that. These are just a 20 mil rise where I was on a 40 millimeter rise. I'm not sure what it is, but this feels good on this bike, but the 44 felt better on the GT. Yeah, super excited about the bar setup. Of course, the ODI grips, the Rogue grips, love those. They're my favorite. All right, so moving down from the front here, we have a Fox DPX2. This is my first dual canister air shock that I've ever run. On the GT, it was really limited on the rear shock that I could run because it was a 184 by 44, which I'm not sure if you know or not, but it's a really awkward size and not many companies make it. Where the shock was on the GT, it was in such a small space you couldn't run but like 2 or 3 different shocks from different brands, and they're only rebound only. So now I have climb, trail, and descend, and then I also have a rebound as well. So it's not many more adjustments, but it does allow me to upgrade the shock and do more things. I can run a coil now if I really wanted to. So the options that I have with going with the new bike, new geometry, newer, and then the fact that I can run different parts is really big plus for me. Of course, I'm running the X-Fusion Manic 170 dropper. So I did go up 20 mil from the GT, which has actually been fantastic on this bike considering the seat tube angle as well. But it does feel really good. I'm running just a factory dropper lever right now. Eventually I do want to change that to something with a better bearing. But we'll get there when we get there. And as you guys can see here, I'm still running the Kona Wawa 2 pedals. Absolutely love these pedals. Unfortunately, they are just not fitting the aesthetic one, but also the pins are so easy to bend considering they're so long. I wanted a lot more grip than they offered, that I had to upgrade the pins to these super long ones. So I am in the market and have already ordered some new pedals that should work out really well. Should give me the pins that I need while being, you know, super strong, stuff like that. Nothing wrong with these. I am going to hang on to them. They are my favorite pedals, especially for composite pedals, but for the deal on the new pedals coming, I couldn't turn it up, and it's really worth a try. I'm running the Descendant cranks as well. Love these cranks, super strong, look great. Not much more to say about them. As you can see, I am running an oval, but we're going to kind of disregard that right now, and I'll explain in the next video about that. It does already have a chain guide installed. It's a factory chain guide, I believe, from Specialized. And I wanted to talk about this linkage here. If you can see, this linkage is really great. It's actually used across a lot of platforms, so it's pretty proven, and yeah, it's just been great, especially with climbing and stuff like that. So also it does have a high and low, so you can kind of switch it to where you want it, slacker or not, which is really cool because I've never had that. And of course, I'm running the Fidlock system here. All right, and last but not least, we're going to talk about the rear. So this is a 27.5 rear. I believe I'm running a 2.4 in the back and a 2.5 in the front, which is really good for traction. This is still really good for speed. I'm running the Recon tire on here. Now Maxxis is a little different for me. As you can see, I used to run Michelin's, which were the really aggressive enduro tire. Now I am learning more about tires, different compounds and stuff like that, so I can have the grip and the speed that I need. And as of right now, this Recon has been really fantastic. I'm very surprised with how low the knobs are, but yet how much traction it does have, especially in the wet and dry. So we're going to give this a good bit more time and see how that works out. As you can see, I am running SRAM drivetrain this time. So this is the GX Eagle, 10 to 50 tooth Eagle, and it's a completely new system for me. I used to run the Shimano Dior, which is like their bottom tier entry level, I guess right before XT maybe, but still a cheap drivetrain. Now this one has, you know, is a little bit more expensive, and so far it's been great. I'm actually liking the SRAM stuff. Once you get it dialed in, it's pretty good. Now I used to be on the Hope Pro 4 hubs. Now those hubs were great, they sounded awesome, the engagement was okay, but now we are on a Bontrager Rapid Drive 108 tooth hub, and now that gives me a ton more engagement in the rear. So I'm going from an 8 degrees in the Hopes to a 3 degrees in these. So the Hopes only had about 44 teeth of engagement, these have 108. Now that's pretty damn close to the i9s, which is 112 I believe. So yeah, I'll throw some pictures up of going from a 3-pawl to a 6-pawl, so hopefully you can see those pictures. Super easy process to do with Bontrager's Rapid Drive system. It's 3 pawls, 3 springs, very tiny springs. I ended up losing one, but we're not going to talk about that. Got those installed, and it sounds so good. I'll make sure I put a clip in of it right here. So yeah guys, this is my 2021 Specialized Status 140 mullet setup with RockShox Pike, Fox DPX2, GX Drive, and the Bontrager high engagement hubs. So those are the real big upgrades that were done in the carbon bars as well. You know, there was some good upgrades done to this. I got a very good deal, I think, for you know, what the bike is. And I'm super excited to see how it does in, you know, the next season. It is winter, so I'm kind of riding when I can, when it's not, you know, below freezing, stuff like that. So mostly just trail riding, not really a whole lot going on except for installs and stuff like that. So definitely stick around. I do have 3 parts coming in that I'm going to do a ASMR install type video on, because I really enjoy doing those. And I hope you guys enjoy watching them. But yeah, we will be upgrading the stem, going to, honestly, just a tiny bit shorter, but I'm also sticking with a like silver color scheme. You'll have to see. But yeah guys, this has been my bike check for New Bike Day. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too for the content to come. Again, my name is Seth with Good Times NTB. The name isn't changing. It's not going anywhere. It's all about having a good time while out mountain biking or riding any bike for that matter. So get out there and have a good time, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.